The most important thing to my client is that he be able to stay in his own home as long as he possibly can. And these values all work in with his care. I respect him. I have compassion for him, and I am never late to his house. It's very important that I be honest with him. He's forgetful. I have to have patience with him because he's forgetful. I try to be as thorough as I can, but sometimes I'll let things go if it means I can spend some one-on-one time with him watching a baseball game. That's what we'll do. And you have to be very confidential of things that he says or does. I really think dependability is one of the most important things. If you're going to be there, be there. Don't be late. If you're going to be late, call. It doesn't take much. And they don't ask much.
The quality of care that we can provide working here in this environment, we've created this core set of values with how we're going to treat our clients and how we're going to treat each other. I mean, this core set of values that we use, it's kind of our plan, our Bible per se, and we actually have the time to do all of those things well.
My birthday's on this day, and that day I go for a haircut.
You're gonna make your lunch for tomorrow right away?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
When you have several people going into the one person's house, it's really nice to keep the communication open so that everybody knows what's going on, different changes with the client or different equipment.
I work in a situation like that where we do 24-hour care, and what's wonderful is everybody takes pride in what they do. This house is always clean. Nobody shoves off and doesn't get to something because they don't want to do a particular duty. Everything is done. The dishes are done, the sheets are changed, the laundry is washed and dried and put away. And it's unlike working in a facility where you may have somebody sloughing off, oh, we'll leave the laundry for second or third shift, or we'll take care of that tomorrow. There's none of that. It's wonderful.
This is the lifeblood of our business, is doing this job and doing it well. So for all of us to work together and be a team, it's invaluable. To respect each other's position. Everybody does things a little different, listening to new ideas, especially in a 24-hour environment. With those kinds of clients, you see where something needs to be done, you get it done. And then other members bring other talents. We have, this one particular client that we take care of 24/7. We have a couple people. We have a baker. And she works every other weekend. So we always, and she just kind of takes that lead. She knows she's going to make cookies and the cakes, and, and then that spills over to all the rest of the caregivers too. And then we have another caregiver that goes in there and, she does other things. She works in the garden and the yard and plants the plants, and that's kind of her thing that she does. And, it is a team approach. And the respect that we give each other in that environment. Cooperative Care is very good at that.
We are more like a big family. Everybody cares about everybody else rather than just being an employee where you're a number, or as Deb said, a recipe card. Here, every single person, every single member matters.
One of my favorite things about being at Cooperative Care is keeping people in their homes and being able to take the time to take care of them the way they want to be taken care of. You don't have to hurry in, hurry out. You can spend quality time with them.
They're not part of an assembly line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do the job the way it's supposed to be done. That's the best part for me.
It's a one-on-one situation, and even on the paper timesheets that we some still have, it even says, do you have enough time to do the duties that are necessary? And if somebody checks off, no, you don't have enough time, well, that'll be looked at again so that you can do it properly. It just is such a special arrangement that we have going into somebody's home and treating ourselves as a guest there and doing how we would want somebody to take care of our loved one in return.
All of the values are very important. I know some of them I have to work on yet because I've had thoroughness. I've neglected something for one of my clients. I had left the client's home and forgot to put her depend on, which bothered me. And so I called the office to let them know, and then I notified the client, and thank God her son was there to put her depend on for her, and I apologized. But I think I have to work on the thoroughness and be mindful of what I'm doing when I'm at the clients, that I do everything. And well, I had the initiative that I did call the office to let them know that I did that.
So, do things always go as expected when you're in the client's home? Is it
Oh,
predictable?
No.
Oh, no.
It very rarely
get
goes
upset.
exactly the way it's
No,
supposed to
Let's
go.
get upset.
It wasn't funny then, but it is funny now. I was taking care of a client. She has arthritis, and she wanted arthritis cream on her arm. And she had 2 tubes. She had a brand new one, and she had an older one. And in the essence of thoroughness and using the last little bit, I squeezed all of to the end. And you know, sometimes you have to put your thumb in, like with the toothpaste, to get the rest, that last little bit out. Well, it was pepper cream, because that's what works for arthritis. And I pushed the end of that, and it went right into my eye instead of where else it needed to go. So with this poor client, I, was running around screaming and had my whole head under her faucet. Yeah, so, yeah.
I take Ralph to the senior center to have him some social contact, to get him out of the house. He would really like to just sit and watch sports all day and all night. So we go to the senior center to have lunch every day about 11:30. And I've really made some pretty darn good friends there too. They're nice people out there. And he likes cookies, really likes cookies. So every chance I get, I'll bring cookies from home.